Have you ever noticed something strange? The same mind that helps you think, dream, and survive can also be the very thing that breaks you from the inside. The same mind that protects you can slowly turn against you. And most people never even realize it's happening. You wake up tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your mind never stopped talking. It replays old mistakes. It imagines future disasters. It creates conversations that never happened, arguments that never existed, failures that haven't even occurred yet. And somehow, all of it feels real. That's when the mind stops being a tool and quietly becomes an enemy. What's scary is this: your mind isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not happy. Thousands of years ago, overthinking kept humans safe. If you imagined danger early, you survived. But today, the danger isn't a wild animal. It's embarrassment, rejection, failure, uncertainty. Your brain doesn't know the difference. To your mind, an awkward message feels like a threat. A bad memory feels like danger. A future problem feels like it's happening right now. So it reacts the only way it knows how, with fear, overanalysis, and constant noise. That's why your heart races over small things. That's why one negative comment can ruin your whole day. That's why peace feels unfamiliar. Your mind isn't broken, it's outdated. And here, where it gets even more dangerous. Your mind convinces you that thinking more will fix everything, so you replay conversations. You imagine better responses. You analyze every detail again and again. But thinking becomes a trap. Because overthinking doesn't solve problems, it creates them. It drains your energy. It blurs your judgment. It turns simple decisions into emotional battles. You start confusing thinking with progress, but nothing changes except your anxiety. And slowly, without realizing it, you start believing every thought that appears in your head. You're not good enough. You always mess things up. Everyone else is ahead of you. But here's a truth that can change everything. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one listening to it. If you can hear a thought, that means you are separate from it. That small distance between you and your thoughts is where freedom begins. Because thoughts are not facts, they're mental events, temporary signals, not commands. Your mind produces thoughts the same way your lungs produce breath, automatically, constantly, without asking permission. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to argue with them. You don't need to believe them. You only need to notice them. The moment you step back and say, "This is just a thought," its power weakens. And here's something most people don't realize. Your mind gets louder when your life gets quieter. When you're disconnected, when you're avoiding something important, when you're stuck scrolling instead of living. Silence makes the mind uncomfortable, so it fills the space with noise. That's why distraction feels safe. That's why stillness feels uncomfortable. That's why being alone with your thoughts feels heavy. But avoiding the mind only makes it stronger. Awareness is what softens it. You don't control the mind by force. You guide it by attention. When anxiety shows up, don't wrestle it. Name it, feel it, let it pass. When negative thoughts appear, don't argue. Just notice them like clouds passing in the sky. The moment you stop reacting, the mind loses its grip. And slowly, something changes. You stop being dragged by every thought. You stop believing every story your mind tells you. You stop fighting yourself. You start leading yourself. Because the real enemy was never your mind. It was your unawareness of how it works. Once you see that, your thoughts lose their power. Your fear loosens its grip, and your mind becomes what it was always meant to be. A tool, not a tyrant. If this message resonated with you, sit with it for a moment. Don't scroll away immediately. Because awareness doesn't come from learning more. It comes from noticing what's already happening.